A mere 250 years ago, on December 25th, 1776, just 8 miles down the river, George Washington led the Continental Army across the Delaware River. This surprise attack led to a big win in the Battle of Trenton, right next door to where we sit today. The win boosted team morale and proved the Army could fight. Tonight, we see two teams trying to do just that as we approach the much-anticipated Philly Select League playoff push. Hello and good evening as we welcome you inside our broadcast booth here at the picturesque Williamson Park. My name is Brennan Flato. Tonight, we feature a Philly Select League 13U AA matchup between the Bucks County Scrappers and the Lower Bucks Minutemen. These two squads entered tonight neck and neck in the standings with the playoff seeding on the line. While it's been a while since round one of this battle for Bucks County, for the Battle of Bucks County, if we get anything like we did in Game 1, man, we're in for a treat. In Game 1, the Minutemen would pull out an 18-17 win, the best of Scrappers. And to figure out who's going to win tonight, let's take a look at our keys to the game. First off, we're going to start with avoid giving up walks. Especially at this age, walks will play a huge factor. Outs are hard to come by, so you need to make sure you keep these hitters off the bases. Second, play clean in the field. As I mentioned, outs will be at a premium, so these teams need to make sure they play tight in the field and limit the physical and mental errors. And then finally, attack strikes early in the count. At 13, you may not see too many good pitches to hit, so when you get them, you need to attack. And as we get ready to go here, the starting pitcher for the Minutemen is Luca D'Angelo. The right-hander wears the number 23. And leading it off for the Scrappers is Colin Miller. So the first pitch here from D'Angelo is ripped foul. We apologize in advance if that fence gets in the way at all with our second angle. This field is pretty fenced in, so nowhere we could get without a fence in the view. This here's the 0-1. It's a curveball inside. D'Angelo is showing he has a breaking ball early here as the count runs to 1-1. That one is lined up the middle, backhanded, and it's going to bounce off his glove and into center field. It will be a leadoff single. Fouled away. So an 0-1 count here. And the batter is Jeremy Kramer. Kramer digs in from the right side. With a runner over at first, the pitch, runner goes. And it's going to go through the legs of our catcher. Rounding and heading for third, now putting on the brakes, is Miller. So he'll be content with just one base on the pass ball. Beautiful night here. It's been very hot out all day, but as twilight looms here, it's starting to get a little bit nicer. The pitch is inside. The 2-1 runs inside again. With the count now 3-1, D'Angelo delivers. And that one is in the dirt, gets away. That's Trombino behind the plate. And it will allow Kramer to advance to second, but they're going to send him back to first. Ball may have gone into the dugout, which is interesting that he wouldn't have been awarded second base for that. So now it's Isaiah Rodriguez. The first pitch he sees runs inside, a fake throw to second, and it'll be a defensive indifference. The 1-0. Inside again. D'Angelo's missed a couple inside here in this first inning. Allowed one base hit to lead it off, followed up by a walk. Now down 0-2 to Rodriguez. The pitch in there for a called strike on the inner half of the plate. The pitch goes behind him. So D'Angelo working to Isaiah Rodriguez Grant. That pitch will be inside as well. So ball forward to Rodriguez Grant. That one grounded over to third, charging and throwing to the plate to record the out is the third baseman, Bryce Wilson. That'll bring up Evans Superka as he takes outside on the opening offering. Or correction, now batting is Finn Tangila. As there's another, catches the outside corner for a strike. Let's make the count 1-1. A big out for the Minutemen there, getting the force at third on the ground ball to third. Correction, get the force at home on the ground ball to third to keep a run off the board momentarily. They've only got one out and still in a bases loaded jam. Strikes have been hard to come by for D'Angelo so far. His pitch inside again. That seems to be a common theme where he's missing. He threw one outside for a strike, one outside for a ball. But everything else has been on the inner half of the plate. He stands all the way to the left of the rubber. And there's ball four, but a good block behind the plate. A run will score anyway on the walk, but for what it matters, it was a great block. So one run across here for the Scrappers. Again, the last time these two teams faced off, it was a 19-18 win for Lower Bucks. So that may not be the only run you see today, as that one goes behind the batter again. It'll be an easy steal of home on the wild pitch. So an unearned run there. We'll make the score 2-0 Scrappers. The 1-0 inside. Keene diving up for the Scrappers here in the battle for Bucks County in the Philly Select 13U AA division. That one is fouled away. 13U, this is the first year playing on the big field for a lot of these guys, so I bet the first half of the season was probably an adjustment. They're starting to settle in now. For the pitchers, though, it does get a little bit difficult with the further pitching distances. You see some struggles already here in the first for the Minutemen starters. That one goes behind the batter again. Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike on the inside half of the plate. A good spot there by D'Angelo to bring the count full. With runners on second and third, the payoff pitch is fouled off his foot. That is a tough one. Definitely going to sting. Almost looked like the pitch was going to run inside, but took an emergency hack with 2 strikes. And he'll walk it out. So Keen Diven will walk this one off. Here's the payoff pitch again. And it is skied out to left, over in foul territory, making the catch. He dropped it on the transfer, but the run will tag and score. So it's an early 2-0 lead for the Scrappers. So 3-0 as the runner tags and scores. Making the catch out there in left was Christian Coughlin. There's a big lead off second. No diving will just, or correction, Tangila will just hold there at second. The 1-0, just low. So 2 outs and a 2-0 count here in the top half of the first. The pitch inside gets away. And another one to the backstop will allow the runner to advance to third. It's Finn Tangila out there. The pitch in there for a strike to bring the count 3-1 to Herlock. Drake Herlock batting in the 7th spot today for the Scrappers. The 3-1, it's a breaking ball just high. And that'll put runners at the corners with 2 away. And stepping to the plate is Ty Hall, but not before we see a mound visit here for the Minutemen. It's been a tough start to the inning for D'Angelo, as he will give up the ball and head back to the dugout. So his night is done on the mound. And our new pitcher, who was originally in the lineup as the extra hitter, is Talik Patel. We will see what Patel has to offer when we return. You're watching Game Time Sports' broadcast of the Philly Select League 13U Division, brought to you by On the Radar. All right, so Talik Patel on the mound and stepping into the box is Ty Hall. The lefty digs in with runners on the corners and 2 away. The first pitch from Patel is low. Runner goes for a second. The throw to second, cut off by the second baseman, and no attempt to score from third. So it will be a stolen base for Harlock. And Hall has a 1-0 count to work with. The pitch. Driven into the right center field gap, and it's down for a base hit. 1 run will score. Harlock, rounding third. He'll score standing, and it's a 2 RBI single for Ty Hall. It's a great swing there by Ty Hall. Scored 2 easily. And it's now a 5-0 lead for the Scrappers. The pitch. Grounded towards short. Charging. And making an off-balance throw in time is Jax Brett. So now 3 outs for the Scrappers, but not before they score 5. We'll head to the bottom of the first. It's Scrappers 5, Minutemen coming up to the plate. You're watching Game Time Sports' broadcast of the Philly Select 13U AA Division, brought to you by On the Radar Sports. And welcome back here as we begin the bottom half of the first inning as that pitch is in for a strike. On the mound for the Scrappers, it's Finn Tangila. Tangila scored a run in the top half of the first, now looking to defend the lead on the mound. His 0-1 offering is swung on and missed by Jax Brett. The leadoff man and shortstop for the Minutemen. Oh, it's fouled away. That one runs inside on Brett. It'll bring the count even at 2-2. The pitch. Fouled away. Good fight here from Jack's Brett. Seeing a lot of pitches here to open up the bottom half of the first. Another 2-2 offering is outside to run the count full. So a good quality at-bat out of your leadoff man is always a great way to start an inning, and Jack's Brett is delivering that right here. The pitch cut on and missed, strike 3. Good comeback there from Tangila. Raise the eye level of Brett there to get the strikeout. And then we'll bring up Liam Mai. The two-hitter plays center field for the Minutemen. And the first pitch he sees is at the top of the zone for a ball. The 1-0 inside. The 2-0 makes it 3-0. Just couldn't quite find the corner of the zone there, and not much of a challenge for Mai so far at the plate. We'll see what Tangila does with the 3-0. The pitch in the dirt, ball 4. So a base runner here for the Minutemen with 1 away. That'll bring up Bryce Wilson. Bryce Karakopis Wilson will dig in the 3-hitter for this Minutemen squad. The first pitch he sees is inside. The runner takes off. The throw to second base is in time to get him. What a throw. That's Jeremy Kramer behind the plate. He did exactly what they teach. Throw it through the pitcher's head, got the long hop to his shortstop, and it was an easy catch and tag to record the out for the Scrappers. And now just like that, there's 2 away here in the bottom half of the first. The 0-1 pitch. Sky deep to left. And it will be in there for a fair ball. It'll one-hop off the wall. Karakopis Wilson is in, standing with a double. So we take another look. Just textbook hitting here. He got a pitch he liked in the middle of the zone. Kept his hands inside the ball, dropped the barrel, and hit a one-hopper off the fence. And is in standing at second base. So that makes the caught stealing very costly for the Minutemen, as they now have their first runner in scoring position with 2 away. The pitch in there for a strike. It's the 4-hitter Matthew Kaiser. The pitch in there for a strike. We bring the count 0-2 to Kaiser. The pitch, breaking ball, runs high. Tangila working with a 1-2 count, runner on second base. Matthew Kaiser at the plate. The pitch is cut on and missed. Strike 3. And that will do it for the first. 2 men reach. None cross the plate. We'll head to the top of the second inning. You're watching Game Time Sports. Live and broadcasting Philly Select 13U Baseball. Brought to you by On the Radar. Welcome back. The opening pitch is fouled away by Jason Zach. Back on the mound is Talik Patel for the Minutemen. And at the plate, Jason Zach with the count 1-0 of the pitch. Taken high. So count 1-1. The offering. In there for a called strike on the outside part of the plate. The pitch. Grounded softly to third, but it'll be foul. National anthem being played on the field out in left center. The pitch. Grounded softly to the left of the mound, to the right of the mound. Up with it. Patel, his throw to first is in time. So 1 out here to start the top of the second. The Scrappers looking to do something similar to what they did in the first as they put up a 5 spot. Tyler Gray now digs in. The pitch. On the outside part of the plate for a strike. The 0-1 from Patel. Breaking ball in there for a strike. So quickly 0-2 to Garrock. The 0-2. Outside, couldn't get the frame there. Oh, and a breaking ball catches the outside part of the plate for a called strike 3. A great pitch there from Patel to get 2 quick outs. Digging in now, batting in the 12th spot, Owen Reeder. Reeder chokes way up on the bat. The first pitch in there for a strike. That breaking ball won't land, so it'll be 1-1. That one skips across the plate into the backstop. Bring the count to 2-1. And that one is cut on and missed, 2-2. Fouled away. So 2-2. The pitch. Grounded softly over to first. Up with it and making the play is Matthew Kaiser to retire the side in order. We'll head to the bottom of the second. It's Scrappers 5, Minutemen nothing. On the Radar Sports, helping athletes and families take control of their sports journey. With your free athlete passport, you can manage your recruiting journey, connect to exclusive baseball exposure experiences, track your development and performance metrics, discover showcase opportunities, and much more. Whether you're working towards your next season, your next team, or your dream college opportunity, On the Radar Sports gives you the tools to stay connected, informed, and ready every step of the way. Activate your free athlete passport today at OTR-sports.com. That's OTR-sports.com. On the Radar Sports. One passport, unlimited possibilities. We'll be right back. You're watching Game Time Sports, powered by On the Radar. Welcome back. The opening pitch from Tangila is grounded over to third. Takes a tough hop. The throw across the diamond is in time. That's Evan Superka over there at third, doing a nice job to stick with it after getting a tough hop off the lip there. And it'll bring up D'Angelo. He was the starting pitcher for the Minutemen. Later relieved by Patel in the top of the first. The first pitch he sees in the box, he'll cut on and miss. Luca D'Angelo, the extra hitter at the moment. For this lower Bucks Minutemen squad, the pitch in there for a strike. Williamson Park, Morrisville Little League, the home field of this Lower Bucks Minutemen squad. On the banks of the Delaware River, the pitch. Popped in the foul territory, giving chase and unable to make the play. It's the catcher, Kramer. He gave it a good effort, though. Rodriguez Grant was also in the area. Tangila made a run as well. But D'Angelo will get new life here. Down 0-2 in the count. The pitch. A breaking ball too high. Didn't break in time for Tangila. But a good pitch there on a 0-2 count. He's still got the advantage here over D'Angelo. With one out, his 1-2 offering is in there for a called strike 3. Froze him there. And Tangila quickly has 2 outs. Now up for the Minutemen, the left fielder, Christian Coughlin. The first pitch he sees is in for a called strike. The 0-1. Fouled away by Coughlin. The 0-2. Grounded over to short. And the out is recorded to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for the Scrappers. We'll head to the top of the third. It's a 5-0 Scrapper lead. Welcome back. Back to the top of the lineup for the Scrappers, and Colin Miller, as he cuts on and misses, as the opening offering from Patel. That went on the outside corner for a strike. The 0-2. Breaking ball outside, but a good pitch there and an 0-2 count. A firm breaking ball from Patel. This next offering, chop foul. Miller 0 for 1 today. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Patel is settling in nicely here in the top of the third. As starting to the plate is Jeremy Kramer. The pitch in there for a strike as Patel lost his hat. Kramer walked in his first at bat. Looking to reach base for the second time tonight. The 0-1. Lined back at Patel and he makes the play. A soft line drive routine for Patel, and that is 2 quick outs here in the top of the third. So we take another look. A good spot for Patel. Gets him the lunge at that outside breaking ball and does a nice job to drop down and make the play. As he drops another breaking ball in there for a strike, the slider is working well for him. The pitch. It's going to run high. So he went back to the fastball there. It'll even the count at 1-1. The pitch. In for a called strike to Rodriguez Grant. Rodriguez Grant also walked in his first at-bat. Looking to reach base here. The pitch. Breaking ball. Popped out towards short. It's in no man's land, but making the play is Jax Brett. We will head to the bottom of the third. It's the Scrappers 5, the Minutemen 0. You're watching Game Time Sports, brought to you by On the Radar. Welcome back. The first pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Finn Tangila back on the mound for the Scrappers. The pitch popped up over in foul territory, and it will land foul. Rodriguez Grant gave it a good look. That one lined down the first base line and foul. The pitch taken high. Count runs 1-2. Tried to get him in the chase on that one. The 1-2. Breaking ball in for a call at strike 3. What a pitch there. And that will bring up Gavin Blum, the right fielder for this Minutemen squad. With one away in the bottom of the third. Tangila's pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. The 0-1. Breaking ball, strike 2. So both pitchers getting the calls on the breaking ball. Both are able to control it for a strike so far in this one. We'll see if he tries to bury a breaking ball here or speed him up with a fastball. The pitch. He went fastball. It's dribbled over to third. The throw to first is in time. And that will retire the side. Making the play over there is Evans Spurka. Or Carson, that's only 2 outs. So Spurka gets the out. And 2 quick outs. Did a nice job to take that one on his right foot and then fire over to first. The pitch in there for a strike to the Minutemen pitcher, Patel. Talik Patel having a good day on the mound so far. Hasn't allowed any runs. He's looking to help himself here at the plate. The pitch. Inside. Here's the pitch, fouled away. Bring the count to 1-2. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. The pitch. Breaking ball. Popped over in the foul territory. Will get out of play. The 1-2 again. Grounded sharply towards short. And will get into the outfield. That's Drake Herlock out there. Just couldn't quite get it. It was hit hard. So it will likely go down as a base hit for Patel. And it'll bring it back to the top of the order for Jack Brett. So with 2 outs, Brett digs in. The pitch. Runner goes. He squares the bunt. He bunts it right back to the mound. Down to a knee to get it. And the throw over to first is in time to retire the side. 1 man left on base for the Minutemen. We'll head to the top of the 4th. You're watching Game Time Sports powered by On the Radar. New pitcher on the mound for the Minutemen. It's Jack Brett as he fires in a strike to open up his day. A good outing from Talik Patel. He went 2 1/3 without allowing a run, as it's quickly 0-2 to Superka. The pitch. Breaking ball, line drive. It'll be a 1-hop to short. Up with it, the throw is in time. It's Bryce Karakopis Wilson. He's moved from third base to shortstop as Jack Brett went from shortstop to pitcher. And I'll bring up Tangila. The pitcher for the Scrappers takes a strike 1 looking. Breaking ball outside. Make the count 1-1. As the lights turn on here at Morrisville Little League. The pitch is cut on and missed. Just across the river from Trenton, New Jersey. Here in Morrisville, Pennsylvania. Breaking ball, got him on the head. So a free bag here for Tangela. And it'll bring up Deviney. Keen Deviney takes outside for ball one. Five runs in the first for the Scrappers. None since as we got a pickoff attempt at first. They'll throw to second base. They're going to call a balk. He would have technically been out on the throw, but that was a pretty clear balk. You can't fake that throw over to first. Once you commit, you kind of got to go for it. As we'll take another look at it. Yeah, once you step and you make that move on the rubber, you gotta make a throw over. They're gonna ask him if he stepped off the rubber or did a hop throw over to first, which is where you basically throw it from the rubber. It looked to me like he did it from the rubber. They'll see if he stepped off the back, because if he stepped off the back, then you become a fielder. You can practically do whatever you want as far as your pickoff move over to first. They'll talk this over. I don't think that they're gonna overrule it though, because home plate umpire can't necessarily see his foot on the rubber, and the field umpire called it a balk originally. They're going to keep him there. The Minutemen coaches are arguing this one, but looks pretty clear from up here. Umpire will now return to the field. Some discussion over there. The 1-0. Lined in the center field. It will drop in front of the center fielder. He thought about throwing it to third. Instead, we'll just hit his cut. And it's a base hit for Keen Deviney. We'll take another look here. Great piece of hitting, keeping his hands inside the ball. Just perfectly placed that one in the shallow center field and gets the base knock. So that'll bring up Herlick. Herlick 0 for 0 today with a walk. The throw to second base is short. Now the throw to home will not be in time and a run will score. Taking off and heading to third is Deviney, and he will be there standing. So a run crosses the plate to make it 6-0 for the Scrappers. And Deviney to third on the wild pitch. Or correction, on the throw down the second, and then the wild throw to home. A good look there from our camera operator, Connor Lauerman. You can see him come up and attack that ball. And this throw to the plate just couldn't be handled as they went to the backstop, allowing Deviney to reach third. That pitch outside. The 1-0 in there for a strike. It gets away from the catcher. Deviney's off for the plate, and he'll be in sliding. That'll make it 7-0. Scrappers. So the count now 1-1 to Herlick. The pitch Fouled away, 1-2. The pitch. Taken for a ball. Went to the breaking ball there. Did Brett. Just couldn't quite land it for a strike, but it was a good chase pitch in a pitcher's count. Here's the pitch. Grounded softly to third. The throw across the diamond. They will get him on the tag. So an interesting play there. Instead of stretching from the base, the first baseman, Kaiser, rather, opts to go up the line and apply the tag. Oh, it works the same. And it's now 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. The pitch just outside. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. At the plate is Ty Hall. Hall roped a double into the right center field gap his last at-bat. He scored 2. Gretchen, a single into the gap as that breaking ball is in for a strike. It chased the right fielder all the way back, like 75% of the way to the fence. He decided to hold up at first as he sends another one deep to right field. Will it be fair? It is foul. So 1-2 count to Hall. The pitch. Grounded back up the middle. Scooped up by Brett. His throw to first in time to retire the side. 2 runs score in the inning. We'll take a break. You're watching Game Time Sports, brought to you by On the Radar. Trenton makes, the world takes, or so they say. We're right across the river. Here at Morrisville Little League, as the first pitch is lined out in the left field, a base hit. So Liam Mai gets the party started here in the 4th inning on the very first pitch. That pitch outside. The 1-0 runs inside. To Corcopus Wilson. He skies one on the left. It's deep. And it will land and one hop the wall. I think the left fielder thought that one might be gone. But instead it will land at the warning track and one hop the wall. It's a single for Coracopus Wilson, and 2 runners reach here early in the 4th for the Minutemen. He skied the one out there, and it was carrying, but not as far as the left fielder may have thought. He had plenty more room. But instead put on the brakes and let it fall. The pitch. In for a called strike. Matthew Kaiser at the plate now. The pitch. Outside and it gets away. The runners will advance to 2nd and 3rd. Kaiser's 0 for 1 as he swings and misses at that one. Make the count 1-2. We're about an hour into this one. Scrappers lead it by 7. Minutemen threatening, though, here in the 4th as that pitch is outside. He gets away. And Mai will decide to hold right there at 3rd. So nothing doing on the pass ball. If you are the Minutemen, you're trying to get as many base runners as possible. Not willing to give up an out on a potential scoring opportunity there. Rather see if your lineup can hit you in. The pitch inside. And it's a good spot in the lineup with the cleanup hitter Matthew Kaiser at the plate and Rocco Trombia, the 5-hitter, looming on deck. The payoff pitch. And it's a called strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. And it's a backwards K. Owen skied in the foul territory. Trombano can't get there. Tyler Garrick, the new pitcher for the Scrappers. Relieving Tangila. His offering. Outside and gets away. Breaking for the plate is Mai. The throw won't come, and in sliding and scoring is Mai. So a run across for the Minutemen. They cut the lead to 6. But potentially more important at this juncture of the game, they eliminate the shutout possibility. The pitch. Oh, almost hit him. Two-one to Trombino. The pitch. In there for a called strike. Back-to-back batters for the Minutemen who like to stand right on the plate. Makes it difficult to hit that inside pitch, but also makes it difficult for the pitcher to hit the inside part of the plate. But great job by Garrick to do it twice now as that pitch is in the dirt. It gets away, and another run will score. It's Rodriguez Grant this time. Or correction, Caracopus Wilson scores. Rodriguez Grant is the 3-hitter for the other squad. Look down at the wrong roster, but nonetheless, a second run comes across for the Minutemen. It's now 3-2. The pitch fouled away. Garrick delivers the payoff. It's high. And Trombino will reach for the Minutemen. Courtesy runner here for the catcher, Trombino. It's going to be Kaiser. He was the last batted out. And it'll bring up Luca D'Angelo. He got the start for the Minutemen in this one. Now bats with a runner on first and one away. Here in the bottom half of the fourth. Scrappers lead it 7-2. The 1-0 pitch. Runner goes. The throw to second is not in time. Another great throw. Now for the new catcher, Evan Serpica, but they just couldn't get the tag down as that one gets away. And it will allow Kaiser, the courtesy runner, to advance to third. And the count runs 3-0 on D'Angelo. Tyler Garrick, his pitch. Over for a called strike. Found the top of the zone there to make the count 3-1. The pitch. Line softly to second. And it's Colin Miller over there to make the play. To record the second out for the Scrappers. It'll now bring up the left fielder, Christian Coughlin. And they are going to call a balk here against the Scrappers. He dropped the ball with his foot on the rubber, so a run was scored. That's Kaiser. It'll make it a 7-3 game. So the base is now empty. The pitch inside. We'll take another look at that balk. See what we see here. Yep, foot on the rubber. I guess that was a little bit after the balk occurred. As there's a pitch in for a strike. Pitch from Garrick. It's low. One and one, the pitch. In there for a called strike. Tyler Garrick looking to minimize the damage. With 2 outs, the pitch. It's grounded over to third. Up with it and the throw across the diamond. He came off the bag. The original call was out. But I think he correctly overturned his own call. We'll see it here. See the throw, pulled the first baseman up the line, and yeah, it looks like he's off. It looks like the first baseman knew it too. Squaring and pulling back, it's a called strike. And Coughlin is in at second base. Bryce Semerglia at the plate. The pitch. Popped up to right. And it's the second baseman, Colin Miller, who makes the play to retire the side. It's a productive inning, though, for the Hitmen as they claw their way back in this one. We'll head to the top of the 5th. Welcome back. Wilson Park, Morrisville Little League. The pitch grounded over to third. The long throw across the diamond is in time to get him. And quickly 1 out for the Minutemen. That'll bring up Jason Zach. Zach fouls off the first pitch. Good play on that last out by Bryce Coracopis Wilson to make the strong throw across the diamond, and a great play over at first by Matthew Kaiser to keep his foot on the bag and still make the catch. So the count's now 1-1 to Zach. The pitch is a breaking ball in there for a called strike. Great pitch there from Jack Spratt. That one is low. Two and two, the pitch. Breaking ball. We'll kind of break around the zone there. It's a little high. The ball has come on the field from the stands. There's a field in center field, but there's not one to our right, so not sure where that came from. Looks like they're playing wiffle ball over there. As that one is outside, ball four. Zach will walk. And it'll bring up the pitcher, Tyler Garrick. Big lead over at first for Zach. The pickoff attempt, not in time. It was mishandled over there anyway, but a good idea is Zach was getting a pretty healthy lead. Garrick is 0 for 1 today. A big lead again from Zach. He takes off. Breaking ball high. The throw to second base is Not in time, and Zach is there standing. Could have made his life a little bit easier by hitting the deck, but he's safe no matter what. The pitch. Grounded to short. The throw on the run is in time. Spectacular play there from Bryce Karakopis Wilson. Again, he's playing shortstop. Moving over from third as Jax. Brett took the bump. Now to the plate, Owen Reeder. Reeder swings at the first pitch he sees and pops it in the foul territory. It will drop foul. The 0-1. Grounded sharply to third. The throw across the diamond is in time to retire the side. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth. The Minutemen looking to add some runs. You're watching Game Time Sports, brought to you by On the Radar. Welcome back. On the Radar Sports is helping athletes and families take control of their sports journey. With your free athlete passport, you can manage your recruiting journey, connect to exclusive baseball exposure experiences, track your development and performance metrics, discover showcase opportunities, and much more. Whether you're working towards your next season, your next team, or your dream college opportunity, On the Radar Sports gives you the tools to stay connected, informed, and ready every step of the way. Activate your free athlete passport today at OTR-sports.com. That's OTR-sports.com. On the Radar Sports. One passport, unlimited possibilities. Game Time Sports is your go-to for high school sports broadcasting, and now your business can be a part of the action. Promote your brand with live ad reads, professional video commercials, or exclusive segment sponsorships during every game. Packages are available by season, school year, or monthly, starting just $400. Engage with passionate fans, boost your visibility, and support the local sports community. Join Game Time Sports today and make your message heard on and off the field. Email GameTimeSports9@gmail.com for more details. Game Time Sports, making high school sports an all-star experience for every viewer. And as we resume action here at Morrisville Little League, it's the Lower Bucks Minutemen looking to mount a comeback against the Bucks County Scrappers. The Scrappers lead it 7-3. As Jeremy Kramer takes over on the mound, his 0-1 pitch is outside. They'll bring the count to 1-1. The 1-1. Lofted over to first and over to make the play is Isaiah Rodriguez Grant. So quickly one out in the bottom half of the fifth. It'll bring up Talik Patel. The first pitch he sees is skied to left. Back to make the play is Jason Zack. That'll bring up the leadoff man, Jax Brett. The first pitch he sees is fouled away. That breaking ball will sail right over everything. So it'll bring the count to 1-1. Here's the pitch. It's outside. Count now 2-1 to Jax Brett. That one is outside as well. 3-1. Kramer in his first inning of work for the Scrappers. They're in this 13U Bucks battle for Bucks County in the Phillies Select League as Jax Brett works a walk. Pickoff attempt at first, nothing doing. The pitch will run high. So 1-0 with Liam Mai at the plate. He scored a run the last time he was up. Runner takes off. The throw to second base is not in time, and it's a stolen base for Jax Brett. Little inside move there to keep him close at second base. Jax Brett does look runnerish out there, though. The pitch. In for a called strike. So we approach 9 o'clock here on the East Coast. The pitch is in for a called strike 3. That will retire the Minutemen here. They still trail it 7-3. We'll be right back. You're watching Game Time Sports, brought to you by On the Radar. Welcome back to Game Time Sports. Brendan Flato here with you tonight in Morrisville, Pennsylvania. Philly Select 13U matchup as that pitch runs low. Back to the top of the order for the Scrappers. It's number 5, Colin Miller. The 1-0. It's a breaking ball in there for a strike. That went outside. Bring the count to 2-1. The pitch. Fouled away. So now 2-2. The pitch. Breaking ball called. Strike 3. What a pitch there by Jax Brett. Pitch is in for a called strike to the 2 batter, number 20, Jeremy Kramer. Kramer in on the mound for the Scrappers as of now. The second pitch he sees is also in for a called strike. A big looping curveball from Jax Brett, and it's looked good this inning. He's quickly got Kramer down 0-2. The pitch. Breaking ball. Just missed. We'll see if he triples up on it here or tries to speed him up with a fastball. The pitch. It's a heater, and it's grounded right back up the middle for a base hit. Jeremy Kramer sent that ball right back where it came from. And he's aboard for the Scrappers here in the top of the 6th. And that will bring up Rodriguez Grant. Rodriguez Grant 0 for 1 with a walk. He's played a strong first base, though, today. He'll turn around, square to bunt, pull back at the pitch. It's high. The throw to second base will be off the mark. An easy stolen base for Kramer. The pitch. It's low. Good eye there by Rodriguez Grant to move the count to 2-0. So he'll step off the rubber here. That's Jax Brett, the pitcher for the Minutemen. Started tonight's game at shortstop, later moved to the mound. His offering, taken high. I'll make the count 3-0. The pitch low, ball 4. Rodriguez Grant was still like a statue there. Had no interest of swinging at that 3-0 offering. He works his walk. That'll prompt a mound visit here for the Minutemen. We'll see if they decide to move on from Jax Brett. They will. So we'll take a break. Pitch and change here in Morrisville. You're watching Game Time Sports, brought to you by On the Radar. This pitching change is brought to you by Merino Surfwear. Check out Merino Surfwear, the sustainable surfwear brand that's making waves in eco-friendly fashion. Merino isn't just a surfwear, it's a commitment to the planet. They use recycled materials and sustainable practices in everything they do, so you can look good and feel great about it. With designs changing every season and holiday, there's always something new to enhance your style. Whether you're catching waves or just soaking up the sun, Merino has the right look for you. View their latest seasonal and holiday designs at merinosurf.com. And use code GAMETIME at checkout for 5% off. Merino, stylish, sustainable, and perfect for your next adventure. Check them out at merinosurf.com. The first pitch here is in for a strike. The 0-1. Taken outside. Now on the mound is Bryce Karakopis Wilson. Karakopis Wilson was recently at shortstop, started the game at third. He now makes his way to the mound. His 1-1 breaking ball just high. We've seen a lot of breaking balls today from both pitching staffs. More than I would have expected for a 13U game, but that's what we've got tonight. The pitch in the dirt. So 3-1. So the first batter, Karakopis Wilson faces. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two. Superka at the plate for the Scrappers. They lead it 7-3 with runners on first and second. One away as Karakopis Wilson steps off the mound. Nothing doing though. The pitch. It's low, ball four, gets away from the catcher. The runners will be content to just stay at second and third, and that walk loads the bases. To bring up Tenagila. The pitch from Karakopis Wilson is low. Nice job to keep it in front. Finn Tenagila at the plate for the Scrappers. Looking to get across a few insurance runners as that one is cut on and missed. Two more chances for the Minutemen at the plate in this one, but they're going to have to get it going soon. And first, you got to slow down this Scrappers offense, who have the bases loaded with one out as that one was cut on and missed. The 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. Nice pick behind the plate. By Rocco Trombino. He's caught every inning tonight for the Minutemen. The pitch. Skied to the left side. Ranging in foul territory. And the play is made. Threatening the tag. Over there at third, but he'll just head back to the base. Good play there by Gavin Blum. Over at third. He's moved in from right field. That pitch is outside to Deviney. Keen Deviney at the plate now. He's got a 1-0 count to work with. Runners at all three square bags with the 2 outs here. That one is a called strike to make the count 1-1. The pitch. Lined foul. And into the crowd. Almost took somebody out over there. The 1-2. Taken high with fireworks just above the right field foul pole. The players are taking a second to look at him. I don't think they're going to stop anytime soon, so we'll play on. Sandlot style baseball here as that one is outside. Straight from the movies. The pitch. In there for a cold strike 3. The Scrappers leave them loaded. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. The Minutemen looking to mount a comeback. You're watching Game Time Sports, brought to you by On the Radar. Trenton makes, the world takes a beautiful look there at the city of Trenton, New Jersey, just across the river. We're here in Morrisville, Pennsylvania. So we get ready for the bottom of the 6th. The Minutemen looking to add a couple runs here. Begin to mount the comeback as they trail at 7-3. My name is Brennan Flato, bringing you the action today. Our producer, Jake Kozel, and Connor Lauerman on camera. So that pitch is inside. At the plate, Karakopis Wilson. He's on the mound. Right now for the Minutemen, as he digs in here to the box and takes it inside. They'll ask to check. He did not go. The pitch from Kramer is fouled off. The pitch. Skipped up for a ball. It's the Morrisville Little League game on the other field. It's getting pretty intense over there. So that is ball 4. Some kid just one hop to the wall. They've got a large cheering section of kids over in the bleachers, all standing up. You love to see the community support. As Kaiser will dig in for the Minutemen. They trail it by 4. Pitch is high. Pickoff throw to first, not in time. Another pickoff throw to first. He wasn't even off the bag yet. Kramer trying to catch him sleeping. Almost caught his first baseman sleeping. The pitch. Popped up on the infield. Kramer calls for it and makes the play. So Kaiser is retired, and will bring up Rocco Trombino. The pitch. Skied to left. Out there is Zach, and he'll make the play. But a good piece from Trombino. Just got under it a little bit. Pickoff attempt to first. They almost got him. Back in standing, though. Karakopis Wilson. Two outs as the pitch is just high. At the plate is Luca D'Angelo. D'Angelo digs in here with a runner on first. Is that pickoff attempt to first? Oh, did he come off the bag? They'll call him safe. D'Angelo 0 for 2 tonight. Looking to change that here in a 2-0 count. Run on first, 2 away. Bottom of the 6th in this Philly Select League 13U matchup. The pitch. In there for a called strike. That'll bring the count to 2-1. Runner goes. Pitch was high. The throw to second off the mark. So Karakopis Wilson will advance on the stolen base. Count moves to 3-1 to D'Angelo. Looking to score his teammate from second. The pitch. In there for a called strike 2. The count is now full. Kramer on the mound. D'Angelo at the plate. Karakopis Wilson at second. There's 2 away. So we have time. Taken by the catcher. The pitcher couldn't see the signs, is what he's saying. Three and 2. The payoff pitch. Blooped out into left, and the catch will be made on the run by Evans Serpeka. We will take a break and head to the top of the 7th. It's 7-3. You're watching Game Time Sports, brought to you by On the Radar. Welcome back to Game Time Sports. Your home for Philly Select Baseball. Follow us on Instagram at gametime.sports and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which you're watching on currently. If you want to look up our YouTube channel, it's the same at gametime.sports. You see it right there on the screen. Make sure you go follow us on Instagram so you never miss what game we're going to be at, and make sure you keep up with all of our video highlights. So that first pitch is in there for a strike from Karakopis Wilson. His 0-1 is skipped in for a ball. At the plate is Herlock. Herlock is 0 for 1 today. The pitch. Grounded through the hole on the right side, of base hit. A little bit of a miscommunication there between first and second base. Both thought the other person was going to go get the ball. So leadoff single for Herlock as the Scrappers are looking to add some insurance runs, leading it by 4 in the 7th. The pitch from Karakopis Wilson is fouled away. Ty Hall is at the plate. He had a line drive single in the first that plated 2, and he hit one hard down the right field line, but foul in his last at-bat. The pitch, or catching the pickoff, is not in time. The 0-1. It's a ball, the back pick. Oh, they almost had him. That pitch is in there for a strike. The throw to second base is not in time. Good throw again, though. Time for our umpire to clean the plate. Got to make sure you can see it. The pitch to Hall. He swings and fouls it off. The 1-2. It's grounded softly to short. Charging is Brett, and he got him. Great play by Jax Brett. And a really good pick over there by Matthew Kaiser. So the first pitch is taken for a ball. And the throw goes in the left field, allowing another run to cross. For the Scrappers, not really sure what happened there, but nonetheless, it's a run. Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike. Colin Shaftel at the plate for the Scrappers. He's worked a 2-1 count here against Karakopis Wilson. The pitch. It's low. That one is caught on and missed. It'll run the count full. With one out, nobody on base. The payoff pitch. Lined out to center, and it will be caught by the second baseman. That'll bring up Jason Zach. Pitch cut on and missed. Counts down 1-1 in an 8-3 ball game. With 2 away. Karakopis Wilson's pitch to Zach is up high. The 2-1. Inside. Zach is 0 for 1 tonight. He's reached base on a walk. And he's got another walk. His 3rd walk of the ball game. So it's another man on for the Scrappers. It's Tyler Garrick. Strides to the plate. He'll bat with a runner on first and 2 away. The pickoff over to first, not in time. The pitch taken high. That one is in there for a strike. Pick off the first. It gets away. But it'll stay right there. That's Zach over there at first. It briefly got away from Matthew Kaiser, but he was able to scramble over and get it. The pitch. Outside, the throw to second base is in time to get him. The throw was a little high, but they were able to get Jason Zach stealing to end the inning. We'll head to the bottom half of the 7th. The Minutemen need 5. You're watching Philly Select Baseball on Game Time Sports, brought to you by On the Radar. Welcome back. The first pitch here is bunted down the third baseline. It's a good one. The throw to first won't have a chance. And it's a leadoff single. A great bunt right there by Christian Coughlin. Placed it perfectly down the third baseline and then used his wheels to beat out the throw for a leadoff single. And that's a good way to start it if you're the Minutemen. Pitch outside. The throw to second base is not in time. So now a runner on second. With the count 1-0. Samargalia at the plate for Lower Bucks as he is plunked. Drilled in the back. And Samargalia will take first base. That'll bring up Gavin Blum. The first pitch he sees is cut on and missed. The 0-1. Outside for a ball. Counts now 1-1 to the 9-hitter in this Lower Bucks lineup. The pitch. Inside. Another one that ran up over the head of the batter. Blum is 0 for 2 today. We're going to change that right here with a runner in scoring position. The pitch. Taken outside. Counts now 3-1. Kramer still on the mound for the Scrappers. The pitch. The runner goes. It's taken for a ball. The throw to third. Gets away. He'll hold up right there. It was ball 4 anyway. Will not attempt to score on the overthrow. And quickly, the bases are loaded for the Minutemen as they look to mount a comeback. The game tying run is at the plate. We'll have a mound visit here for the Scrappers, much needed. Take a pitching change. We'll take a quick break, and we'll see who our new pitcher is on the other side. You're watching Game Time Sports, powered by On the Radar. And welcome back. New pitcher on the mound is Evan Serperka. His first offering inside. At the plate, Talik Patel. He had a solid day on the mound. Went 3 1/3 of scoreless ball. He now bats here with the bases loaded and nobody out. The pitch. Lined in the center field, and it will get down for a base hit. The throw into second base for the force out, not in time, and a run crosses for the Minutemen. Let's take another look at that one. A great piece of hitting right there. So he kept his hands inside the ball, drove it up the middle for a base hit. They tried to go for the force at second. Were unsuccessful. And now this first pitch runs outside to the leadoff man, Jax Brett. Brett also a solid day on the mound. He now also bats with the bases loaded and nobody out. The pitch in the dirt. Brett is the game-tying run if he were to get on and come around to score. Here's the 2-0 offering. It is lined back up the middle. A base hit. Another run will score for the Minutemen. And still no outs here in the 7th. So they're starting a little bit of a rally here. Another great piece of hitting here from Jax Brett. You can see the lefty in the box there. Does a great job to get the inside part of that baseball and drive it back where it came from for a base hit. Good hustle by Patel to get in there at second as the first pitch is in for a strike to Liam Mai. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Just a note, in Philly Select League games, there is no extra innings. So the game will either end in a tie or a win for one of these squads, but it will end in the 7th. That pitch lined in the left center field, and it will get over the shortstop's head. One run is around the score. The throw to second for the force is in time. It's a tough one there for Brett, as he had to wait to see if that one was going to be caught by the shortstop. It was not, but they're able to get him at second, but not before a run crosses the plate for the Minutemen to make it 8-5, 8-6, correction. So with one out, the end of the road gets closer for the Scrappers, but it's still far in the distance. The pitch. It's low. The throw to second base is cut off. The throw to third. Not in time. Good idea there. We've seen them run that play a couple of times, but it was very well executed there. We have time here. They'll rearrange their defense. Actually, they're going to put them on here. So they'll load the bases to get the force it home, but they just put the winning run on first. Very interesting. The pitch is upstairs. Yeah, that's a very curious decision. They had second and third, so the base was open, but it's interesting that you would be willing to put the winning run on base via free pass without even making them earn it. As that one is swung on and missed by Kaiser. There is a strategy to set up the force play at home, but so that one's a called strike. But if you get one in the gap, and Karakopis Wilson has already shown that he can run, this could get interesting. See what happens. The pitch. Grounded to third, and catcher's interference. So a run will score. Wow. So Kaiser reaches via catcher's interference. Talik Patel will score. And every other runner will advance. It's now a one-run game with the winning run on second base. So Trombino can win it here. Remember to stay tuned after the game for the On the Radar Sports postgame report and our player of the game interview. The pitch, taken high. That one is fouled away. Rocco Trombino at the plate. A chance to win it. A big lead out there at second for Karakopis Wilson as that pitch is outside. Make the count 2-1. They're not holding him on at second. The corners are in. Middle infield back to turn 2. The pitch. Fouled away. 2-2. Trombino, if he can put one in the outfield, it will most likely score. Karakopis Wilson, all the outfielders are playing very shallow. They'll be able to keep runners close, but anything to the right or left will be difficult as that one is fouled off. If it's hit right at one of our outfielders, Karakopis Wilson likely holds it third. Hit to the right or left of them, he will likely try and test it. The pitch. Fouled away. Good hustle, though. Liam, the runner, at third. Karakopis Wilson at second. Trombino at the plate. The pitch. It's grounded sharply in the left field, a base hit. Karakopis Wilson will hold it third, the throw in. Gets away, but not far enough for Karakopis Wilson to test it. So the game is now tied in the 7th. One away. It will either end in a tie or a Minutemen win. The pitch outside. The 1-0 is fouled away. Luca D'Angelo started this game on the mound for the Minutemen. He allowed 5 and only went 2/3 of an inning. He now has a chance to redeem himself and walk it off. The pitch is grounded to third. The throw to the plate. Hit off the back of the runner, and it's a walk-off for the Minutemen. The Lower Bucks Minutemen walk it off on a DeLuca ground ball to third base. Or correction, D'Angelo ground ball to third base. We'll check it again. The throw in hit off the back of Karakopis Wilson's helmet. And it's a walk-off win for the Minutemen. We'll be right back with the On the Radar Sports Player of the Game interview. So stay tuned. Sports brought to you by On the Radar Sports. All right, and welcome to the On the Radar Sports post-game report. I'm here with our player of the game, Luca D'Angelo. Luca, how do you feel after that walk-off?
It feels good. It feels good. I was just trying to put the ball in play,
What was your mindset going into that at-bat? You mentioned you were just trying to put the ball in play, but were you thinking anything particular when you walked up to that at-bat with the bases loaded?
Just don't swing at a bad pitch. Don't strike out looking.
And then what were you feeling as you were running up the first baseline? You probably weren't looking to see what happened behind you. How did you figure out that it was a walk-off?
When the first base coach, he was like, safe.
What were you feeling when you saw him go safe like that?
It felt good. Like, I didn't get out.
Have you had a walk-off before? Was this your first one?
Yeah, that's my first one.
Nice, nice. Well, congratulations. Good luck the rest of the season, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
That will do it for us here today on Game Time Sports. For our entire crew, camera operator Connor Lauerman, our producer Jake Kozla, myself, Brendan Flada, we thank you for tuning in. We hope you join us again next week right here on our Game Time Sports YouTube channel. Have a good night, everybody.